Daniel Wroughton Craig is an English actor. He has played British secret agent James Bond since 2006. Craig is an alumnus of the National Youth Theatre and graduated from the Guildhall School of Music and Drama in London, beginning his career on stage. His early on-screen appearances were in the films Elizabeth, The Power of One and A Kid in King Arthur's Court, and in Sharpe's Eagle and Zorro on television. His appearances in the British films Love is the Devil, The Trench and Some Voices attracted the industry's attention, leading to roles in bigger productions such as Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Road to Perdition, Cake and Munich. Craig achieved international fame when chosen as the sixth actor to play the role of James Bond in the official series, replacing Pierce Brosnan. Though he was initially greeted with skepticism, his debut in Casino Royale was highly acclaimed and earned him a BAFTA award nomination, with the film becoming the highest grossing in the series at the time. Quantum of Solace followed 2 years later. His third Bond film, Skyfall, premiered in 2012 and is now the highest-grossing film in the series, as well as the ninth highest-grossing film of all time. In 2006, Craig joined the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Since taking the role of Bond, he has continued to appear in other films, most recently starring in the English-language adaptation of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Craig made a guest appearance as Bond in the opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympic Games, alongside Queen Elizabeth II. Early life: Craig was born in Chester, Cheshire. His mother, Carol Olivia, was an art teacher, and his father, Timothy John Wroughton Craig, was the landlord of the pubs Ring o' Bells, and the Boot Inn, having served as a midshipman in the Merchant Navy. Both of Craig's parents were of half Welsh descent. Craig was brought up on the Wirral Peninsula, near Liverpool, and attended primary school in Frodsham, and later Holy Trinity Primary School in Hoylake. After failing his 11+, Craig attended Hillbury High School in nearby West Kirby. Upon finishing his compulsory secondary school education at the age of 16, he joined Calday Grange Grammar School briefly as a sixth-form student. Craig played for Hoylake RFC Rugby Union Club. He began acting in school plays at the age of 6, and was introduced to serious acting by attending the Everyman Theatre in nearby Liverpool city centre with his mother. Craig moved to London when he was 16 to join the National Youth Theatre. He attended the Guildhall School of Music and Drama at the Barbican and graduated in 1991 after 3 years of study under Colin McCormack. Career overview: Craig appeared as Joe in the Royal National Theatre's production of Tony Kushner's Angels in America in November 1993. Also in 1993, Craig appeared in an episode of Yorkshire Television's Heartbeat, which aired October 31, 1993. An early starring role was as Geordie in the BBC's 1996 drama Our Friends in the North, with early film roles being as Angelina Jolie's rival and love interest in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, before appearing in Sam Mendes' movie Road to Perdition, with Tom Hanks and Paul Newman. Other leading film roles include Sword of Honor, The Mother with Anne Reid, Sylvia with Gwyneth Paltrow, Cake with Sienna Miller, Enduring Love with Rhys Ifans, Steven Spielberg's Munich with Eric Bana, Infamous and Casino Royale, The Golden Compass, Quantum of Solace, Defiance, Cowboys and Aliens, The Girl with Dragon Tattoo, Dream House, and Skyfall. James Bond. In 2005, Craig was contracted by Eon Productions to portray James Bond. He stated he was aware of the challenges of the Bond franchise, which he considered a big machine that makes a lot of money. He aimed at bringing more emotional depth to the character. Born in 1968, Craig is the first actor to portray James Bond to have been born after the Bond series started, and after the death of Ian Fleming, the novel's writer. Significant controversy followed the decision, as it was doubted if the producers had made the right choice. Throughout the entire production period, internet campaigns expressed their dissatisfaction and threatened to boycott the film in protest. The 5'10" blonde Craig was not considered by some protesters to fit the tall, dark Bond portrayed by the previous Bond actors, and to which viewers had apparently become accustomed. The Daily Mirror ran a front-page news story critical of Craig, with the headline, "The name's Bland James Bland." Although the choice of Craig was controversial, numerous actors publicly voiced their support, most notably, 4 of the 5 actors who had previously portrayed Bond Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton, Sean Connery and Roger Moore called his casting a good decision. George Lazenby has since voiced his approval of Craig also. Clive Owen, who had been linked to the role, also spoke in defense of Craig. The first film, Casino Royale, premiered November 14, 2006, and grossed a total of $594,239,066 worldwide, which made it the highest-grossing Bond film until the release of Skyfall. After the film was released, Craig's performance was highly acclaimed. As production of Casino Royale reached its conclusion, producers Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli announced that pre-production work had already begun on the 22nd Bond film. After several months of speculation as to the release date, Wilson and Broccoli officially announced on July 20, 2006, that the follow-up film, Quantum of Solace, was to be released on November 7, 2008, and that Craig would play Bond with an option for a third film. On October 25, 2007, MGM CEO Harry Sloan revealed at the Forbes Meet 2 conference that Craig had signed on to make 4 more Bond films, through to Bond 25. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences extended a membership invitation to Craig in 2006. Craig sliced off the top of one of his fingers June 12, 2008, while filming Quantum of Solace. The accident was one of a string of incidents surrounding the shoot, including a fire at one of the sets in Pinewood Studios, a car crash that left the stunt driver in a serious condition, and an Aston Martin skidding off the road and plunging into Lake Garda while being transported to the set in Italy. Craig describes his portrayal of Bond as an anti-hero. "The question I keep asking myself while playing the role is, am I the good guy or just a bad guy who works for the good side? Bond's role, after all, is that of an assassin when you come down to it. I have never played a role in which someone's dark side shouldn't be explored. I don't think it should be confusing by the end of the film, but during the film you should be questioning who he is." Craig has stated that his own favorite previous Bond actor is Sean Connery, but says, "I'd never copy somebody else. I would never do an impression of anybody else or try and improve on what they did. That would be a pointless exercise for me." His own favorite Bond film is From Russia with Love. On a James Bond-centric episode of The South Bank Show, Connery divulged his thoughts on Craig's casting as Bond, whom he described as fantastic, marvelous in the part. When told that Craig had taken particular note of his performances, Connery said that he was flattered, and that Craig really gets the danger element to Bond's character. The 19 April 2010 release of Craig's expected third Bond film was delayed, because of financial troubles with MGM, but the film was released on October 23, 2012. And was part of the year-long celebration of the 50th anniversary of Dr. No. On September 8, 2012, Bond producers announced Craig had signed on for 2 future Bond films and not 5 as previously reported. This would bring his total to 5 films, which would be 2 fewer than Roger Moore's record of 7. Other projects: in 1999, Craig starred as Richard in a TV drama called Shockers, The Visitor. He portrayed Lord Asriel in The Golden Compass, the 2007 film adaptation of Philip Pullman's novel. Eva Green, who played Bond girl Vesper Lind in Casino Royale, also starred in the film, although she did not appear in any scenes with Craig. In a stage version of the book, Asriel had previously been played by Timothy Dalton, one of Craig's predecessors in the role of James Bond. In early 2001, Craig expressed an interest in being a part of the Star Trek franchise, professing his love of the series to the World Entertainment News Network and a desire to have a stint in the TV show or a film. "It's been a secret ambition of mine for years." On March 16, 2007, Craig made a cameo appearance as himself in a sketch with Catherine Tate, who appeared in the guise of her character Elaine Figgis from The Catherine Tate Show. The sketch was made for the BBC Red Nose Day 2007 fundraising programme. In 2008's Defiance, he played Tuvia Bielski, a Jewish resistance fighter in the forests of Belarus during World War II who saved 1,200 people. The shot in Casino Royale of Craig sporting swimming trunks has often topped many sexiest male celebrity polls, and in 2009 Del Monte Foods launched an ice pop molded to resemble Craig emerging from the sea. He co-starred with Hugh Jackman in a limited engagement of the drama A Steady Rain, on Broadway, which played from September 10 through December 6, 2009 at the Schoenfeld Theatre. Craig lent his voice and likeness as James Bond for both the Wii game GoldenEye 007, an enhanced remake of the 1997 game for the Nintendo 64, and James Bond 007, Bloodstone, an original game for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo DS, and Microsoft Windows. In August 2010, Craig was cast as crusading journalist Michael Blomkvist in David Fincher's 2011 adaptation of Stieg Larsson's novel The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Craig co-starred with Harrison Ford and Olivia Wilde in Cowboys and Aliens, an American science fiction western film, based on Scott Mitchell Rosenberg's 2006 graphic novel of the same name. Craig hosted the American late-night live television sketch comedy Saturday Night Live on October 6, 2012. He and his wife starred in the Broadway play titled Betrayal. It began performances in October 2013, and continued until January 2014. Despite mixed reviews, it grossed $17.5 million, becoming the second highest Broadway play of 2013. Craig was set to star in the courtroom drama The Whole Truth directed by Courtney Hunt. In April 2014, just a few days before filming was set to commence, he dropped out of the project for unknown reasons. During June the same year, Craig was replaced by Keanu Reeves. Personal life. In 1992, Craig married actress Fiona Loudon, with whom he had a daughter, Ella. The marriage ended in divorce in 1994. He is a longtime friend of actor Mark Strong and is the godfather of Strong's eldest son. After his divorce, he was in a 7-year relationship with German actress Heike Makach, ending in 2001. He subsequently dated film producer Satsuki Mitchell from 2005 until 2010, and reportedly had an affair with Sienna Miller in 2005. Craig and actress Rachel Weisz had been friends for many years, and worked together on the movie Dream House. They began dating in December 2010 and married on June 22, 2011, in a private New York City ceremony, with just 4 guests in attendance, including Craig's 18-year-old daughter, Ella, and Weisz's 5-year-old son, Henry. In October 2008, Craig paid £4 million for an apartment in a converted old house in Primrose Hill near Regent's Park, London. He also has a house in Sunning Hill outside Ascot. He is a Liverpool FC supporter. In 2013, he was given an Aston Martin V12 Vantage Roadster for his 45th birthday by his wife Rachel Weisz. Filmography, film, television, video games, references. Further reading, Marshall, Sarah. Daniel Craig, The Biography. John Blake Publishing. ISBN A978-1-84454-454-7 O'Brien, Daniel. Daniel Keeger Euro Ultimate Professional. Reynolds and Hearn Limited. ISBN A978-1-905287-44-4, Ogle, Tina. Daniel Craig, The Illustrated Biography. Carlton Books. ISBN A978-84732-266-1 External links. Daniel Craig at the Internet Movie Database, Daniel Craig at AllMovie, Daniel Craig at People.com, Daniel Craig biography and credits at the British Film Institute's Screen Online, detailed biography from Tiscali Film and TV, personal interview on Being Bond, Parade Magazine October 26, 2008, works by or about Daniel Craig in libraries.